What's up? I'm Stephanie Evergreen, the founder of the Data Visualization Academy and a diehard data nerd. The Academy is everything that I know about how to be an amazing storyteller. Initially, I started it because my in-person workshops are really popular. They book like 6 to 8 months in advance, and I can only travel to so many places at once. So, though I initially started the Academy to offer that material to a wider audience, it has now grown so much, it would take me an entire semester to teach everything that's inside. The Academy helps you evolve into the smartest, most resourceful, most innovative data communicator that you know. This is how we generate office experts and earn people promotions. So I'm so excited to show you around. When you log in, you'll see this homepage pointing you to our most frequently traveled parts of the Academy. The latest tutorial at the time that I'm recording this is a challenge on using social math. I explain what that means, I show you a bunch of examples, and I ask you to put this into practice and share your own social math example. You'll also see a self-paced workshop. This is perfect if you're newer to Data Viz and looking for a contained course. This essentially replicates what I teach in my 1 and 2 day workshops, and I have modifications you can make if you feel like you're more intermediate or advanced. You'll also see how to access all of our tutorials, everything we've ever made. Let's go here. This page first lists the fundamentals. This is the basic knowledge, formatting, chart types that everyone needs to know. The first lesson you'll see in here is my 4-step visualization process. This is our foundation. Everything starts here. We have to learn these 4 steps in this order to proceed with making any specific chart types. In fact, the biggest challenges I see in data visualization all come from people not following these 4 steps in this order. Then each software program is going to have a tutorial on how to use it. It can be a little intimidating to open a new software and just start trying to make graphs without somebody orienting you to what you're looking at here. So we have a tutorial that will show you around that software program and help you get started. Another game-changing tutorial in here is on chart choosing. It features my Which Viz quiz decision tree that has never been shared outside of the Academy. It'll get you to the right chart type for your data and then link you to the Academy instructions on exactly how to make it. Once you've finished this section on the fundamentals, you can begin sending in questions for office hours. The rest of the tutorials on this page are organized according to the nature of data and the main stories that you need to tell in your work. So in this first section, we have when a single number is important, and there are a couple of options for you in here when this is your main story. Below that, we have when 2 numbers are alike or not, and the tutorials go on and on. So your job will be to identify the nature of the data you're dealing with. Is it survey data? Is it change over time? That's going to help you narrow down everything in the Academy to your chart choices that will make the most sense just for you. We have everything in here from super beginner to advanced, including dashboards, handouts, 508 compliance and accessibility, presentation design. We even have an entire section on qualitative data viz. Let's check out one tutorial in particular. Let's go into vertical dumbbell dots. On the overview page, I'll introduce you to this chart type. We'll talk about when and why it works. I'll show you examples of how other people have done it, so you're exposed to different styles and considerations. And then you're going to see links to the step-by-step instructions for making this chart in relevant software. So this tutorial on vertical dumbbells has instructions for Excel, Tableau, R, Google Sheets, and Power BI. Now, some students spend their time in the Academy diving deep into one software, like to become the queen of Tableau. Others want to become multilingual, so they'll tackle every software button posted for this tutorial. You'll see underneath each, we have these rock star levels listed here. That's our way of telling you on a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort it's going to take to make this particular chart. Don't get intimidated when you see a 10, just block off a little bit more time. You can do this, we walk you through everything. We also have a research article with each tutorial that speaks to this chart type, so you have some support behind you when you introduce something new into the world. So you'll pick your preferred software. And then the first time you go through the tutorial, you should download the data from the data button. It's going to be the same data that we're using in our instructions. That way you can follow along with lower chances of error. Then I encourage you to go through the lesson again using your own data so you can figure out the right adaptations. And you can work with our video or you can follow our step-by-step instructions. At the bottom of the lesson, you'll see a comments thread. Post your finished graph here, or if you get stuck, read through what others have done. You might find a solution. If you don't, you're going to post your question for us right there. The whole team gets notifications when you post comments under our instructions. So when you run into stumbling blocks or you want to show off your finished graph, we will be there to give you advice and cheer you on. Also, don't forget to click complete when you finish so you can track your progress. We have so many lessons in the academy, hundreds of them, that it's like that proverbial kid in the candy store. And I completely understand how that many choices can lead some people to get really excited and other people to freeze, kind of not knowing where to begin. We have built in help. Just fill out the success strategy survey. It's just a handful of questions about the data and the platforms and the communication packages that you typically work with. So you'll complete the short survey. I'm going to just do this for myself. Let's say I've got both quantitative and qualitative data. Primarily, I'm working in Excel. I feel pretty intermediate about it. And we're going to take on Power BI this year. I'm a total newbie, let's say, at Power BI. And we produce dashboards and one-page handouts. Okay, then you're going to click this Analyze Me button here, and we'll generate a customized learning pathway that gets you to success. You'll see your progress page with a list of the most relevant Academy lessons up here at the top. Each lesson has a name and a little description. Then you'll see a button to read the overview about that lesson. Don't skip reading the overview. It's where you're going to get your background info. It's where you're going to get the relevant research that backs up why you should be thinking about this. And you'll see examples of how this has looked out there in the wild. After that, you're going to see your specific walkthrough instructions listed. So you can just click and jump right into your lessons from there. If you selected multiple software, like you saw me do in my example with Excel and then Power BI, you'll see both of them listed with your secondary software in a second column. You are welcome to check off the box right here when you finish that lesson. You can also check the box at the end of the lesson inside the walkthrough itself. It'll reflect here, it'll cross off. Once you have finished everything that is in the row for a particular lesson, you've read the overview, you've done all the walkthroughs, you can check the box to finish off that entire row. You can also edit your custom learning pathway anytime. Like if your organization decides you're going to start making dashboards in R, that's not a problem. You can go back and just retake the survey and change your selections, and you'll produce a new custom list. Anything that you previously completed would be retained and still marked off. Below all of this, and I have quite a custom learning pathway, even for the few things that I selected. Below all of this, you will see all of the tutorials that we have in the Academy listed in here so that you can continue your exploration and your growth when you're ready. Back on the home page where we have our most popular parts of the Academy, you'll also see a place to find out more information about office hours. This is a live Fix-It webinar where you'll submit a question about something you can't figure out, maybe a hurdle you want to overcome in Tableau, or a cool graph you saw in the wild that you want to know how to replicate, or some draft you want feedback on. Office hours is another great place to get questions answered. One major reason is because it is such a safe space. Everyone in the Academy is so sweetly supportive of one another that suggestions are provided constructively and usually with a compliment or two as well. Each month we might receive 3 to 8 questions, but we have over 50 people who joined because it's such an educational and fulfilling hour. Of course, you can jump directly to a chart type you have in mind by typing it into the search box. This is also the place to type in something you kind of remembering the answer at some previous office hours session. You'll get your results here. You'll also see this little hamburger icon in the upper left corner. Click it to open up a sidebar with even more resources for you. For example, if you're only here to focus on one particular software, you will see links that show you all the lessons we've created for that program. This is also where you can access the Which Viz quiz. That's our chart choosing decision tree that'll help you identify the right graph for your circumstances and link you to the instructions on how to make it. This sidebar also has your progress report where we're recording every time you click complete so you can bask in the glory of your victories. And of course, contact. Get in touch with us between midnight and midnight 30 with any complaints and contact us anytime with questions and compliments. I can't wait to see what you build with the tools we've made for you here in the Academy. To recap, the Data Viz Academy has over 200 tutorials on just about anything you can imagine in data visualization.
We've got step-by-step instructions on how to make all of these visuals inside the Academy. We teach Excel, Tableau, R, Power BI. For some of these, we have to go over to PowerPoint. That's okay, we do that too. Learning different software makes you multilingual. It makes you stronger. In the Academy, I teach you my 4-step storytelling process. You're going to use that process, whether it's quantitative data or qualitative data, either way. But you follow those 4 steps, you get a chart that tells your story every single time. It's the very first lesson that we encourage students to learn, and it totally changes everything. I saw students saying it this week. Chris said this too. Just the very first tutorial totally changed everything, greatly benefited. The Academy is also home to the Which Viz quiz, which is a decision tree that walks you through your quantitative data choices and narrows you down to like a tiny handful that you should try. And then, of course, it links you to the instructions on how to make it. This saves you so much guesswork. It's fantastic. We also have a private LinkedIn group where people pitch questions and share resources. We've got a monthly office hours webinar where people send in their questions and their dilemmas and things that they want feedback on. But this is where we talk about like what to do when your boss just wants a table and everyone shares strategies that they've tried to maybe convince their boss or even to make that table look a little bit better. This is where people send in works in progress and they get loads of compliments, things that we love about it they shouldn't change, and then those suggestions to tweak it to make it that much stronger. Office hours is such a sweet, warm, heart-filled place because Academy students are so thoughtful and kind and wonderful. So if you are one of those people, you belong with us. And that's what Terry was saying in her experience in the Academy, that the support you get from me and from the other people that are in here is well worth it. It's awesome. Love office hours, and I love the Academy community. When you join, you get unlimited access. You can come back anytime. If you need to go collect data for 3 months, it's fine. Come back. We'll be here when you're ready. We'll help you figure out how to visualize that data you just collected. We're here whenever you need us. The Academy only opens up twice a year, once in the spring, it's once in the fall. The tuition is $2,000. You pay once, you never have to pay again. You have lifetime access, and we have payment plans for anybody who needs it. So typically we see our students grow so much that they become like the go-to resource in their organization, the one that everybody wants to seek out to get their advice. And we love that. One student said, I've been able to provide ongoing coaching for internal staff on how to solve our data presentation challenges and identify the takeaways. And our clients are appreciating the updated graphics, and we learn together. And it makes all of your reporting better, not just the graphs or the charts. We're talking about the entire bigger reporting package. The whole thing needs to look as good as you are. So we have to address everything.
Within a few weeks, you're going to be flipping tables like Cam, and you'll be churning out high impact data stories that make you look and feel like a rock star. I see it happen all the time. Let's make it happen for you too.